Hi, Laurel. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic, Vanessa. How are you?
I'm doing really well, thank you. Thank you everyone for tuning in to Watch Us Wednesdays, where I'm once again talking to the lovely Laurel and Lindsay, who is the CEO and founder of the New Media Marketing Group. Now, the last couple of weeks, we've been talking a lot about the services that your company provides in terms of specifics of marketing. And it came to that point that you have this company because you yourself were successful with your own marketing strategy. So I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about that. At the inception of your own company, how did you assess what the best marketing strategy would be for your particular needs? Is there a formula to it?
Yeah, absolutely. So my formula is basically looking at what's being done, in my opinion, not well in the marketplace.
Okay.
So that's kind of my shtick. So just in terms of sort of marketing strategies that would apply to any business, the first thing is knowing the pain points of your customer and where there's a gap. So when I started in 2006, there was a real estate boom in Calgary. And everybody and their dog was like getting into real estate. A lot of contractors were becoming builders, and builders were becoming land developers, and everybody was buying and selling, and it was crazy. And builders, a lot of them didn't have websites. And if you're going to sell a home that's worth like 300 plus K, then you need to have photos of what you do, right? So I basically was offering this thing that I called the 1 hour website. So I would meet you wherever you were in your busy day, and you would get your website 50% of the way done over lunch. And so that was what we call a unique value proposition. So that's something that I did better and different than my competitors, who would sort of ask these folks to write their website text, come into their office, like do all these things. These people, they didn't have time. Like, time is money. So
Yeah.
it was very much about doing something better, a very specific thing better than my competitors. So that, and also really knowing my customer. Like, every time I was talking to prospects, they were like, I just don't have the time. And I'd be like, well, Bob, that's true, but you have to eat. So I'll meet with you, in person, and we can get this bad boy done. And like, they really, really appreciated that. And now the pain points that my customers have are, it evolves as you go through, but knowing your customers, the biggest thing you can do to succeed. And what my customers tell me now is, they're like, look, dude, I don't know what to do. Like, there's so many things out there. I don't know what to do. I don't have the time. I just need something that works. I need somebody to tell me what to do or do it for me or whatever, right? So that's, I mean, how sort of one of the ways that we evolved from just doing websites to like website, social, search, mobile, everything, right? Because not all tactics work for all businesses. So really knowing your customer is huge. And I find that I love that Charles Darwin quote about, it's not the smartest or the strongest of the species that survives, but the one most adaptable to change. And because of the industry I'm in, I really have to do that myself. So trying out new technologies, seeing what works, making all those mistakes before I advise my customers. So just even things like, I would, like for a while there, Twitter was, all tweets were being indexed by Google. So you could do a tweet that would be like your keywords. So say like pizza place Calgary, and it would show up on page one in Google in like 30 seconds. And I was like, oh my God, I've hit the gold mine. So once I figured that out, then I was like, hey, we should do this, and sort of advising my clients about that sort of thing. But really trying out new technologies, figuring out the proven tactics that work, and then advising those. So for a while there, we were offering guaranteed results as well. So I mean, that's a pretty ballsy move in order to, yeah, like, you have to know what you're doing, right? So I don't do that anymore because I was finding that it was sort of reducing customer commitment type thing. They're like, oh, well, we'll just try it out. And I'm like, no, it's going to be a lot of work for us to do the setup and stuff. So it's not a try sort of thing. You have to be committed as well. So yeah, know your target audience, know your competitors, and find that niche, right? One thing I always recommend to my clients or anybody who's looking for marketing help is, there's a wicked book called Duct Tape Marketing, and it's by John Jantsch. It's like $12, and it really just, it's simple. It spells it out like really, really simple. I don't like books that are all theory. I like tactics. So that book will really help you figure out like the marketing basics. Like, why are you better than your competitors? You have to know the reason why.
Now, do you work primarily with businesses that are already established, or does the New Media Group also supply services to perhaps somebody who is a burgeoning entrepreneur and wants to make sure that their marketing comes off right from the ground up on the right foot?
We do a little bit of both. So we do one-off sort of consulting services. So if somebody's starting a brand new business and they're just like, help, in that case, typically the marketing budget isn't really there. So what we do is I offer consulting, which is basically coaching. So on an hourly basis, we'll sit and chat, and you just get like very specific to your business advice on what to do. There's a little bits of chunks of time I lay aside to actually do stuff for them as well. but it's kind of like a low budget idea. And then the second thing is where folks have a marketing budget, they have an idea of what they want, delegated, etc. And we just kind of do either small chunks of their marketing for them, or we do it all. And that's obviously like going into the medium-sized business and the larger-sized businesses. But yeah, we help everybody. And my 1-minute tips and like interviews like this are free services I offer to everybody, and they're out like once a week. So if you don't have any money, no problem.
Just come here to our online tutorial where the marketing guru just holds it down.
Exactly. Well, my book's like $5 too, so it's not really about the money for me. It's really about empowering entrepreneurs. Like, business owners are my heroes, so I really want to help them.
Well, and absolutely, and you've become a successful role model to many people out there as well, myself included, especially being such a young, wonderful lady. And I wanted to ask you too as well about that. As you kind of ascend the realms of success, as your company is a marketing company, and that is how you dispense your knowledge and your wisdom and information, get to a point with your own company where you've kind of got your marketing mix or your marketing strategy on cruise control, or is it still always that endless adapt or die theory where you're constantly having to reevaluate and change, or are there principles that kind of still work for you no matter what?
I think it's both. There's a lot of it that is automated because, you know, I've set up, like I spend a lot of time setting up the foundational blocks of the marketing strategy and automating stuff. I'm a big fan of automating because I like it when my business rolls while I'm sleeping. I love that. So there's that, but there is also the adapt or die. So in terms of foundational blocks, like just one quick example that's really, really powerful is the call to action automated email drip. So for example, on my website, there's a form for a free assessment. So if you fill out that free assessment, we do our thing and I talk to you for 20 minutes and whatever, but from that point forward, you are starting to get emails from me until you unsubscribe, essentially. So what that does is keeps me top of mind. That makes sure that you are getting the value and understanding that I can help you with X, Y, Z, etc. But it's an automated drip campaign, so that does a bunch of things. So it converts the traffic that's going to my website. So we spend a lot of time driving traffic to the website. But once they're there, like what, you know, not everybody wants to talk on the phone anymore. They want to just kind of stay back. So this captures their contact information, which is one huge point. You have to have some way to get the customer's contact information if they're not going to contact you directly. So that's one. And then two, making sure that it goes into a database and follows up with them. So if I don't have time to do it as much as I'd like, then my system does that for me. So that's huge. So call to action and then a follow-up. Email marketing is like 2 times more effective than cold calling, than trade shows, and a whole bunch of things. So it's super, super effective.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Combine all those things. Like if you combine knowing where the gaps in the marketplace are, where you're better than your competitor, what your target market's pain points are, and you have a call to action that then follows up with them, you're pretty much golden.
And I think, honestly, that was probably the best summation I could have asked for. Because, I mean, at any one point, you know, everyone has this great idea or they see this glaring opportunity in the marketplace. And it's where, how can marketing take that idea from concept to actualization? And you did that yourself. So thank you so very much for sharing your wisdom and insight, as always. Oh, and I wanted to ask, you came out with a book, Social in 17, How to Do All of Your Social Media Marketing in Just 17 Minutes a Day. Was published last year. It's available for $5 on, was it Amazon and WordSmash?
Amazon, Smashwords, iBooks, everywhere.
Now, were you considering publishing a second book?
You know, I'm not sure yet.
You're not sure yet, okay.
Probably I will. I just don't want to say that I will and then not get around to it, but I can tell you one thing. I am speaking on the Social in 17 book at Social Media Camp this year, which I'm so excited about. It's Canada's biggest social media conference, and it's happening in May.
Where's that?
Victoria, BC, Canada. So all of our fellow Canadians that are suffering through snow, come out to Victoria. It's flowers year round, and it's really nice that time of year. So there's that.
Awesome. Awesome. And that covers every kind of type of business, right, in terms of how people can utilize social media to their advantage, whether it's creativity products or retail or, okay. Just check in. It's the universal approach.
To help you.
Okay. Awesome. All right, Laurel, always a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you once more for your time, and I shall see you next Wednesday for some more marketing insight.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Vanessa. Take care.
Have a wonderful day. Bye, love.
Bye.